So recently, Epic Games hosted this live stream event called State of Unreal. And it is essentially like a Nintendo Direct, but for Unreal Engine, spotlighting some of its best features, both current and upcoming. And to present all of this, they feature certain games, both ones that have been released and ones that are still in development. Among the games that are in development on Unreal Engine 5 is CD Projekt's own The Witcher 4. And they recently showcased a tech demo of Witcher 4 during State of Unreal. Now, do keep in mind, this is a tech demo, so nothing shown here is ultimately final, but we do get a glimpse and an idea of the kind of graphics fidelity that Witcher 4 is going for. They already kind of pushed the boundaries of graphics with Witcher 3 during the generation that launched in, and it looks like they're doing the same with Witcher 4, because what they're showing here, from a pure visual fidelity standpoint, combined with the art style of Witcher 4, it actually looks freaking insane. It looks so unbelievably good. It's like hard to imagine that graphics have gotten this good and you can like interact with this in real time as a video game. So it'll be cool to see how the final game looks, and hopefully it approaches something that resembles this, because if it does, holy shit is all I can say. So I'm going to play this video that showcases essentially footage of Witcher 4 in development in Witcher 4, and I'm going to react along with you guys. So let's check this out.
Sleep, is he? The ploughing plonker. Break me pearlies on this blasted pit-ridden tract.
I feel like the lines between CGI or pre-rendered and in-game graphics is getting blurred. Oh. What the? Oh, this is being picked up by a giant. What is that? Oh, the presentation, just this cinematography alone is already massively impressive. Ugh. And that's Siri, I presume. Yeah.
Salt. Almost had me fooled, Fruin.
Her character model looks incredible. This looks... Damn. Yeah, I think that was all in-engine. I don't think that was pre-rendered. Like, it's an in-engine cinematic, but it was like... I think it was running in real time.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And welcome to the State of Unreal at Unreal Fest Orlando. We're here
This
to
game's
show you
gonna sell
what's next
so many
with
copies.
Unreal Engine and so much more. We are thrilled that you're able to join us. Thank you. But first things first, I'm here with Sebastian and Kitek from CD Projekt Red. We have a lot to talk about. Hey, guys.
Hey. Thank you, Wyatt. Thank you, Wyatt, and hello, everyone. With The Witcher 4, we're stepping things up. And to do that, we needed the right partner, one that truly understands that great open-world games are all about art and technology coming together.
Yeah, and look, our goals are completely aligned here. And around the launch of UE5, your awesome team at CD Projekt Red announced a collaboration to make open-world development in Unreal even better. And it's an
I'm
opportunity.
kind of glad they went with Unreal Engine.
So we've been working on a technical demo together to achieve just that. I think we should take a
So
look
much-
at it. You guys ready?
So much
Already.
of the
Kitek is going to play the build for us.
issues surrounding Cyberpunk's development had to do with them upgrading the Red engine, which is a great engine, but it just...
This is a technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4.
Unreal
Just
just
saw
feels...
And are going to see now
so
is
advanced.
running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing. So in the game, you'll
Base
be playing
PS5,
Ciri,
60
a
FPS with ray
professional
tracing.
monster slayer, a witcher.
That's insane.
She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin. The region we are in is called Kovir, and you'll get to explore it in a game. Right now, Ciri is investigating a monster, and after gathering new clues, she is heading back to a nearby village.
This is actually crazy.
All right, everyone, meet Kelpie.
I feel like this is how we imagined Witcher 3 looked like
So just like Geralt and Roach, Ciri has her own loyal companion.
when it first launched. But now seeing graphics at this level,
These two characters need to feel like one. Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural, and just fun.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal. So Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any angle and speed. And we also support root motion movement.
Wow,
on
the
Kelpie,
horse
so
animations
controlling her
look
feels
so accurate.
realistic and grounded. And there are also some really nice improvements to our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver. And these
Look how
machine
colorful
learned
everything looks.
deformations. So you've got realistic muscles
Oh,
moving, stretching
whoa.
the skin without compromising the performance.
it's such a small detail, but yeah, like the way the muscles... Wow, holy jeez. Yeah, you can actually see the muscles
let's leave
moving
Ciri
in
behind
a
for
realistic
second and
manner.
Talk about the world itself. So much of the Witcher world
And the fur
is natural,
looks-
organic, especially Kovir with its dense forest and wild nature.
Yeah, and wild nature is
Jeez.
hard. And with Nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle. So we are excited to introduce Nanite foliage. And
I
in
look
order
at
to
this-
achieve gorgeous foliage density everywhere, while still being memory efficient, fast to
And I
render,
think-
we believe that a new idea was needed. So instead of
These
the same
graphics are-
hard approach we've been using for the past 20 years, artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage, modeling every single leaf and pine needle.
I think these
And
graphics
the
are
old
possible on
LOD tricks of
PS5.
the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite. It's volumetric,
Like, this doesn't look
fully
fake.
3D, it is super fast to render. And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic sun and our shadows, and they allow artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
And no compromise means how ambitious we are when it comes to bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world. We can now bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Ciri.
Yeah, like when I look at games like Horizon Forbidden West and look at those graphics, or like the fact that the Matrix Unreal 5 engine
Welcome to Valgress.
tech demo showcase ran
Valgress
so
is a
well on
port town,
PS5 and
a hub
looked
for
as good as it
fishing,
did.
trade, and mining. It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Ciri took on her current contract.
Like I
Let's
think
leave
this
Kelpie here and explore the marketplace and food.
game is like solely developed for
I'm
current
so
gen,
excited
and so they can
to
really push the
finally show
fidelity.
Some of this stuff. Let's see what Valgress has to offer.
Like, these graphics look very achievable, but also just still unbelievable. Because as we get into the latter stages of a console generation cycle, you know, you see the graphics improve as the developers get either more used to the hardware, the current generation hardware.
Guys, notice
Wow.
how responsive the world is.
Or,
Character actions directly affect what happens around you. Sometimes even setting off chain reactions. Everything is working together.
or because the game is made later in the console generation cycle.
Being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper. That's what happens when you cheat at Gwent.
They can really make a game dedicated to that generation's hardware, and it's not like cross-gen or, you know, there are no compromises. There's nothing holding them back. There's no old hardware limiting
Okay, so this is the guy who gave the series
technical
fresh
capabilities.
scope. Like you probably suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
You're off your tits again, Wilfred. Get your ass up.
Now this tech demo does...
Typical day's toil.
Who in? Ah, with your ass. What news of my wagons?
It does look very
Nobody's
scripted,
taken that
right?
damn salt to arrive.
I found them. And, well,
But it is a tech
surprised
demo.
to say, they'll not reach you. As for the salt, I found not one speck. I presume this comes as no surprise to you. Now. Kavir's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush, shush, shush.
The manticore that flattened your cart and devoured your men? Quite the opposite.
Manticore? No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton.
While Siri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at
The
the
way
character
faces move.
technology that powers this marketplace. Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Born and catch this is, won't find none fresher.
Rugged me ladies after one of them.
Get this cleaned and gutted for you. You mind, dearest? Into seeing something more.
Like, how much of this is scripted specifically for this demo? And how much of this will actually dynamically happen in-game?
Even this simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal smart objects, chaos cloth, and more.
Yeah, and all of this exists to make sure that the gap in quality between Siri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right, but also authenticity. They should react to changes in the world around them.
But the prisoner in Pillory is an exciting
Very
enough for
ambitious.
Valgrind. Let's grab everyone's attention with a circus.
I'm not saying I don't
But the
trust
great performance deserves
that
a
this is
huge crowd, though. Let's
possible.
crank it up.
But this currently is a very controlled environment. They're showing off the engine
So
and its
you are
capabilities.
seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room
Wow.
to spare on the game thread.
But if this is a
300
representation
animated skeletal mesh agents all going about their business. And
of the
whole
final
point
game,
is to leave
holy.
breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
You are right. And that's the open world RPG that we're making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Siri? We
They
are
just have
making
to make
this
sure they
game to
don't
be the most
overpromise.
immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever. And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I think what we're doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
We are too.
But CD Projekt seems unafraid to
So
actually
we're almost done, but before we go,
show
here's
material.
a small gift for all Witcher fans.
like to show
A
off
first
what they
look
have in
at
development.
Projekt Zeppelin.
Oh,
Onward, Kelby. We've worked to do.
Oof. They are cooking over there.
Thanks, guys. Seriously, it looks...
I think Unreal is going to make a huge difference in their development pipeline.
The surface of what's coming in Unreal 5.6. So here's Julien to tell you even more. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
CD Projekt would have to work so much harder to like upgrade the Red Engine to those standards. Was Unreal, like, because the whole focus of Unreal is the engine, they've already got the technology there, and developers have to worry less about the technical side of like developing an engine. And all they have to worry about is just like, okay, we got the tools ready to go for the most part, and I'm sure they have to like tweak it here and there to customize it to their own game, but generally they can just like focus on like creating the game. And that's what makes Unreal so appealing to so many developers, why it's kind of become the de facto game engine. Just about everything runs on Unreal these days. I feel like less and less games are running on their own proprietary engine. Because of the technological kind of a technical challenge that it is to get graphics looking at that fidelity while making it kind of efficient and optimized to run on the current existing hardware. But yeah, with Unreal Engine 5, I think a studio like CD Projekt, who have had so much experience working on such epic games, they can really make Unreal Engine 5 sing, and in return, Unreal Engine 5 can really make Witcher sing. And if this tech demo is a representation of the final game, then I think we are in for quite a historic release and video game. So long as they don't pull another Cyberpunk 2077 launch. But I feel like just the way they're presenting this game just feels a little more like they're less afraid to show off the game and the material and the... like even this early on, they're already showing this much. I think that's a good sign of confidence, I think. But it looks phenomenal. And I wish CD Projekt the best, and I hope they can knock it out of the park from day one. And again, I think the fact that they are on Unreal Engine will go a long way in making sure that that's what happens, instead of seeing all the technical issues we saw with Cyberpunk at launch. But at the very least, that's one man's take. I'm thoroughly blown away, and I'm yeah, like I love technology, I love art, and I love the marriage that happens when you got developers pushing the boundaries on both fronts, and that's what CD Projekt does, you know. So yeah, that's my take. I am pretty pumped. I might go back and replay Witcher 3. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on Witcher 4 and Unreal Engine 5 and this marriage based on what you've seen here. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.